fight with James Kirkland falling through, he's looking at a possible bout with Juan Marquez. What would you take to Cotto Marquez?
Which Marquez?
Juan Marquez. Is that even possible? I mean, and what way would that have to take place? If you were negotiating the fight, what way would you recommend?
47.
47?
But Marquez is not a welterweight. He's not, I mean, when he fought Floyd, you know what I mean? When he was younger and fought Floyd, you can see the extra weight problem. Not that it would have mattered, but you know. How long has it been since Marquez fought?
Can Cotto make 147?
Yeah, I think he can. I don't, but you know, I really don't know. But I mean, so I don't know if he's comfortable not junior middle. I don't know. I don't know if he had trouble making 47. So it's a hard question for me to answer. But I mean, Marquez can't fight at 50. It's too small. I mean, he could fight at 50, but by the time his fight time, he's 155. You can't carry that weight for 10, 12 rounds.
Maybe they just agree at that weight and Marquez comes in lighter.
Have you seen this card?
But what guy does that today?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What were your thoughts? Because he just mentioned Canelo Chavez Jr. What's happening in that fight? Is Canelo...
I think he beats him.
Canelo beats him?
I think right now, at that weight, no one's going to beat Canelo right now.
Not even Golovkin.
That'll be a good fight.
Yeah.
That'll be that. To me, that's a pick 'em.
That's 50-50. That'll be the one. The best fight.
I don't want to determine both their greatness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it happened. Hey, if Sugar Ray Leonard could come from welterweight champion and fight Marvin Hagler, and I think that Canelo should come from junior middleweight champion and fight Triple G. But that's the difference today, man. These guys today, you know, they want a guy to come in 2 pounds. I mean, it takes the fun out of the sport.
Yeah.
How would he do at 168, Golovkin? Because if he's looking to move up, they said it'll be like an 18-month transition, but he could be looking at 168, maybe sooner than that. What would you take to him at 168?
Who's that?
Golovkin.
Who would he fight? Who would he fight at 68?
There's Miguel, Ramirez.
He can fight those guys coming at 62 and beat them. I mean, you don't have to be 68 for those guys. Personally.
Hey, do you know trainer Rudy Hernandez, the brother of Gennaro Hernandez?
I probably know him by face. Like you say the name, I probably won't, but face.
Well, I have an interesting thing to talk about. He says that Gennady Golovkin is so great that he beats Marvin Hagler.
I asked him the stuff does he smoke? Does he grow it himself? Or does he buy it from these legal stores today? Marvin Hagler's a great fighter, man.
There's no doubt about that.
He's a great fighter. And mean. Marvin Hagler was mean, man. The only way you're going to beat Marvin Hagler, you have to be a hell of a boxer like Ray Leonard.
Do you think it's possible that Gennady would have been competitive?
You know who would have knocked Gennady out? Carlos Monzon.
He's a big middleweight.
One of the greatest middleweights. He don't get the
defenses.
He don't get the recognition.
Yeah.
But Carlos Monzon was a bad man.
Who had a greater run, would you say, Carlos Monzon or Borja Kings at 160? They both had probably the 1 and 2 best runs.
I think that I'm going to go with Monzon for the simple fact, not because of the styles. He fought better opposition. Benny Briscoe would have beat Triple G. Gotta feel it.
Benny Briscoe was now a world champion, but he's a good fighter.
He fought Rodrigo Valdez. He fought Monzon twice, once to a draw. I mean, Benny Briscoe would have beat Triple G.
Yeah.
Does that matter being a world champion? Does that validate your greatness being a world champion? I know back in the days there was maybe greater competition, but nowadays does that validate your greatness being a world champion, or is it could be maybe a one-time thing, a one-hit wonder, so to speak?
Exactly. So I don't believe you got to be a champion to be a great fighter. Because there's so many great fighters who never got a chance to fight for the world title. That were great fighters. If you get a chance, go home and look at a guy named Henry Hank and watch his defensive moves. He keeps his left hand right here, and he was a middleweight, but he fought light heavyweights. He fought Howard Johnson. He fought Dick Tiger. He fought Georgie Benton. He fought Howard Johnson. He fought them all.
They're all light heavyweights, right?
Yes, and he was a middleweight, and they show him, and they're throwing punches, and he's standing right in front of them, and they can't hit him.
Was Georgie Benton the creator of the shoulder roll, the Felicia?
I think the shoulder roll's been out for a long time. Joe Gans used to do the shoulder roll. You know what I mean? But Georgie Benton, to me...
Did you say Joe Gans?
You know,
lightweight from the early 1900s?
Yes, yeah, he was doing the shoulder roll. One more.
Yeah, they say he was one of the first ones to start the scientific boxing.
And Georgie was the best, man. Not only as a great trainer, one of the best middleweights around. If you watch the fight with him and Georgie and Hurricane Carter threw 10 punches and missed 12. He had Georgie on the ropes, and he was throwing punches, and Georgie never lifted his left hand up. Yeah. He hit him with one right hand.
I remember go ahead. Sorry.
These are great fighters, man. I see this guy in Ralph's. I see this guy everywhere, man.
You're sweating, buddy.
This guy eats Wheaties in the morning.
Why are you sweating?
They got me working today, man. They're making me earn my money today.
You definitely have a boxing IQ when you start bringing up Joe Gans from early 1900s, a lightweight champion. That's why they call it the sweet science.
He was the first black world champion.
Yes, I know that.
Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight champion. But Jack Johnson had balls.
Yeah.
He had 3 white wives in the early 1900s. You got to be a bad man to do that. You got to be a bad man.
In those days, yes.
He didn't even look at a white woman, man. He had 3 white wives.
Given 0.
What they having a press here today?
Yeah, we do.
Oh. I'm glad they told us. We had no idea. I know I'm going for lunch. We'll take a sandwich and run.